Hi, everybody. Welcome to your practice. This is Kayleen from Herbalife Nutrition, and we're going to get started with a yin-style restorative practice. Everything you need would just be the ground, your mat, 2 blocks, and maybe a strap. If you don't have a strap, you don't have blocks, you could use books, you could use belt, anything you have handy. Let's get started. So we're going to start lying down on our backs in constructive rest. Just widen the feet, let the knees knock in. Spread your arms wide apart like you're getting ready to give somebody a giant hug. And then as you exhale, let's wrap the arms around one another. It doesn't matter which arm you want to start off with. And just take a moment here to sense your body against the earth. Feel the weight of the skull, the shoulders, the pelvis, the soles of your feet. Just take a big inhale to everything that's not touching the earth. And maybe an audible sigh out the mouth as you exhale. Just let everything get a little heavy. And start to make that shift internally with your breath. In and out through the nose. Maybe you create a little whisper sound in the back of the throat. Ujjayi pranayama. This isn't something that has to be audible for somebody else to listen to. It's just for you to start to make that shift inside. Becoming a little bit more deliberate with our intention to reset. So let's spread the arms out. Inhale. And just change the cross of the arms. Exhale. Wrap the opposite arm on top, opposite arm underneath. And just settle in. So we can use anything in our environment as a distraction, or it could be an object of meditation, right? So if there's something that happens outside, if there's any noises in the background, just use that as an opportunity to check in. Notice your responses internally. Let's just use the breath as a resource to stay connected inside. Let's take one more inhale. And Ujjayi, exhale. All right, let's spread the arms out. Inhale. And then let's exhale and just hug the knees into the chest. All right, and let the knees squeeze in so much so that the low back flattens. Take the arms out to a T. Inhale. Let's just take an easy twist. Both knees drape over to the left. You can use your left arm just as a guide to support that right leg over. Just reach that right arm out to a T. Roll your gaze over. Take an inhale into your chest. And just let your head fall back. Let your shoulders fall back. Take your awareness down through the ribs, deep into the belly. And let's breathe there, right into the bottom of the belly. Inhale. Maybe you feel a slight compression here. And then use the twist on the exhale. Just visualize rinsing, wringing out the abdominal organs on the exhale. One more breath. Feel that gathering in of your belly, that gathering in of your attention. Come back through center. Take an inhale. And then take both knees up and over to the right. This time, exhale, left arm out to a T. Feel free to use your right hand to guide that left thigh over. If it feels okay on the head and neck, just roll your gaze over through the left fingers. Palm can roll open. Just let the back of that left hand, let your head fall back. And then take an inhale. Notice the breath as it makes its way from the chest, down through the ribs. Try to breathe down low into the belly. Inhale. As you exhale, maybe even visualize a wet towel that you're just wringing out as you rinse through the abdominal organs. Just take one more breath like that. Good. Let's come back through center on your next inhale. And then just reset your feet back down to the ground. Somewhere handy should be your strap, so just grab that. And I love just taking the strap around the sole of the foot and around the torso. So let's say we're going to start on the right. Thread the right foot into the strap. Take the strap around your upper back just so that you don't have to do any work in your arms. Okay, 2 things here. If you have tenderness in your lower back, let your low back be flat. Create support through your abdominals. If you can, try sliding that left leg all the way straight. If you have a healthy lower back, no issues there, then try arching in the lower back so that you have just that natural curve. So find that natural curve in the lower back, and as you inhale, maybe you visualize a wave. Move the breath up from the low belly up to the mid back, all the way up into the upper back. Check in if there's any tension there. Just let your shoulders slide back and down away from the ears. Reconnect back down to the ground. Just this feeling of being held. Sometimes as we release tension somewhere in the body, right now like the hamstrings, the back of the leg, it may start to creep up and find a new home somewhere else. So just check in. We all have them, no shame. Check in with your little tension areas. Do you tend to grip the hands, grip the shoulders, grip the jaw? Just take a big breath there. Create some space around what's there. And as you exhale, just use that as an opportunity to let go. That could be a physical letting go. Maybe it's something that happened in the day. Maybe it's something that happened a long time ago. Just take a big breath. And see if you'd be willing just to soften a little bit more. All right, let's stay on that right side, but just for a moment, let's lift that left foot up into the strap, right? This is a little different transition. Let's come into figure 4 with that left foot up in the strap. So take the right foot out, externally rotate the leg, and just cross your right ankle on top of the left quad. Butterfly that right leg open, and then when you're ready, just bend into that left knee. So what I love about this is just this feeling that you get to relax the upper body, right? Your arms don't have to hold the legs in. You get a chance to kind of unwind a lot of that tension. We use our arms, our hands so much throughout the day. Just notice what it feels like to be held instead of having to support yourself. As you come into figure 4, just start to feel your roots of your thighs, right where they plug into the hip socket. Let them slide down, down, down to the ground as if the pelvis could get heavier. See if you can breathe a little deeper down there, all the way down into the bottom of the pelvis. Inhale. And just feel the weight and that heaviness as you exhale. Use the breath as a way of creating space. And maybe the exhales as a way of creating a depth, a level of deep understanding, just by looking inside. Maybe this is how we gain insight, understanding. Maybe it's around a problem. Maybe it's something you've been grappling with. Or maybe it's just something that you're seeking to understand more about internally. Just take another breath there, creating space and a deeper awareness around what is. Okay, on your next inhale, go ahead and re-extend your left leg, and then we're already here in Supta Hasta Padangusthasana on the other side. So check in with the lower back again. If you feel tender in the low back, then your abdominal muscles become your spine. So hug core in so much so that maybe the low back flattens. Otherwise, slide the right leg out to straight and let that tip the pelvis forward. So there's a little space underneath your lower back, right? That's going to intensify the stretch that you feel in your hamstring. That's okay. If you need to loosen up the strap or tighten it, depending on if this is your looser or tighter side, of course, make those adjustments. But notice the difference that you make in these postures with discerning the difference between fidgeting, right? Like I just need to constantly fix as a way of distracting myself, or allowing yourself to find maybe adjustment so that you can find that deeper awareness of softening in and letting go. Remember using this practice, the object of meditation, as a way of paying attention. So once you feel settled here, let's just take another breath in this hamstring stretch. Feeling the length of the legs as you inhale. Imagine kind of pushing out through the heels, a little further away from you. On the exhale, let's go ahead and rethread the right foot back into the strap. Remember this? Take the left foot out of the strap, externally rotate the leg, and then cross your left ankle on top of the right quad. Create that little figure 4. From here, let's bend into the right knee now. And just using the strap as a way of releasing the upper body once again. And this is a great practice if you are flirting with the idea of meditation, but maybe sitting still for 20 minutes makes you feel a little anxious. So think of these postures, these longer holds, this more slower meditative practice, maybe like training. Right? We wouldn't just go out one day and run a marathon. Take time to build that tolerance, really, just to be still, to become quiet, to turn our attention in. So let's take just another breath here, just letting the body settle, setting the space, setting the tone, so that observation can be possible. Right, and notice what you're noticing. And we're not adding to it, we're not taking away from it, just observe. Take an inhale there. Okay, let's come out of this on the exhale. Let's re-extend the right leg. Take the strap off to the side. You won't need it anymore. And then from here, let's come into Supta Baddha Konasana. So we'll join the soles of the feet together. Let your knees just butterfly open. And you can kind of push through the roots of the thighs so you feel long in the lower back. And if this feels tender, you guys, on your inner groins, just grab your blocks, slide them against the outer thighs, outer shins. If you don't have blocks, a quick fix is just to make fists, tuck them underneath the outer thighs, right? That's an easy way to kind of support yourself here. If you can manage it, it's not forever. If you can manage it, just let the legs open up like a book. Once you find that comfortable position, something that you're deliberately choosing, and then be there with all of your attention. Use your breath, maybe as a way of surrounding that tension. It's not that we want to change it. We're not trying to make it be something else or deny it. Just create space around it, around what's there. Sometimes when I'm in this posture, I visualize an open book. Just let the legs fall evenly open. Just opening up to our own narratives, our own stories. And just getting to know who we are right now in this moment in time. No judgment, no criticism. As those thoughts come and go, just like those noises in the background, out of your control, just observe them fading away, right? Try not to hold on to it, dwell on it. Even notice how you're coloring the experience. You can use those unexpected noises as a way of noticing. That's my attitude around what's there. Let's take just another breath here. All right. And then if you need to, go ahead and use your hands just as a way of gently closing the legs. Hug your knees into your chest and take just a moment here. Inhale. And as you exhale, let's go ahead and just roll on over to the side for a moment to set up for Shavasana. So use the hand just as a way of pressing up. And as you find your way up, what I love is just creating a little support for the back of the legs, right? So I have 2 blocks just for the back of the thighs, maybe a blanket for your head and neck or over your body if you feel a little chilly. Let's just lie all the way down here. So the intention of this practice really is to allow our bodies to become just a little bit more comfortable, our mind a little bit more settled, so that we can sit in meditation for longer periods of time. So we can achieve the deeper states of samadhi, of intimacy with our mind, our body, and this life that we're given. So let's take an even deeper next breath here. Just kind of like how we started, the sealing practice. And with a goodbye exhale, maybe a little sigh. Let go. And feel the weight of your skin, your muscles, your bones. Even all the fluids in your body just relaxing down, down, down into the earth, as if it could become groundwater. Using the body as an anchor. Just observe the breath coming and going, just naturally as it does. And this may be a really good place just to continue. Or if you'd like to, in a moment, we'll come up to a seated meditation position, something just a little bit more formal. And feel free to use Shavasana as your seated meditation posture, if that's what you prefer, if that feels best. Especially if it's a day where you just feel deeply fatigued, use that as a place to replenish. Otherwise, when you're ready, slowly start to find our way up. Find a little wiggle through fingers, toes. Stretch the arms, stretch the legs. And then let's bend into the knees. Roll on off to one side once again. And then press on up. We'll take these last couple minutes just seated in meditation. I like sitting on a blanket. It's just nice to have the hips just slightly higher than the knees. Feel free to find a comfortable position for you. Now, for some people, maybe the more creative type, if closing your eyes takes you away to some far off place, then I want you here. So find something to gaze at, right? Maybe it's the eyes open, but just slightly half closed, kind of like when you're waking up first time in the morning or right before you're falling asleep. Otherwise, if it feels okay and you feel comfortable here, just begin to close the eyes. So either with the eyes open or closed, create that long spine. For me, I kind of visualize a little string attached to my skull and it's pulling my spine up as I let the rest of my body just relax down over the spine. And in this meditation, we've set the foundation, the breath work, we've connected to opening the big joints of the body. And so just allow the mind, the body, just to fade in the background as though you're turning the volume down. It's not so loud. Just start to direct your attention in just to this simple phrase. What is this? And observing this question, this phrase in your mind, just for these last couple minutes. What is this? We don't need to come to any answers. We don't need to make sense and meaning out of it. Just opening up to the astonishment, the bewilderment, the questioning, the direct experience. What is this? So when you're ready, just slowly start to deepen the awareness of your breath once again. For the rise of the inhale, just as an invitation of coming back inside. Feel your grounded seat, the earth supporting you. And when you're ready, if the eyes were closed, just start to flutter the eyes open, let the light come in. Let's bring the hands together to prayer heart center, bow the gaze down to the heart. And let's just make a wish that the benefits that we receive from our yoga practice, from this time that we take to cultivate inner peace, may that be of benefit to all beings everywhere, without exception. In that space, we bow for peace. Namaste.